Aries friends, the body and your daily life are asking you to release what has been quietly draining you and sucking your vitality. Do you want to find out more about this? Then join me now for the Astro Weather Report. This video is a forecast for your sun, moon, or your rising sign. You can check out all three videos if you would like, and they'll tell you how the stars are going to affect your life this week. I'm Kesenya, and welcome to the Astro News and Weather Report for the second week of July 2026. Remember, friends, this is tropical Vedic astrology, not sidereal astrology. Look it up if you need to. And yes, I am a real person, not AI. Now let's jump right in to what we're looking at this week in the astral skies. And on the 10th or 11th of July, depending where you are in the world, of course, when this is actually going to be exact, Venus is going to conjunct the south node of the moon at 2 degrees of Virgo. This is a powerful energy that will bring about karmic ripening in the lives of many at this time. You could give or take a couple of days either side to see the effects of this. But people with planets at 2 degrees of Virgo are especially going to notice the impact of this transit. Now, this transit occurs on an annual basis, so it's not unusual, but it is powerful if it's interacting with your chart in a very personal way. Now, addressing relationship issues, reactivating your creative voice, or honestly facing your financial situation, these are some of the ways that this interaction might express. Now, if you sense a lack in these areas of life, or if you have difficulties at the moment in these areas of life, this transit is asking you to focus on releasing what is destroying you, holding you back, keeping you from your best expression in this regard. So this might look like releasing negative attitudes, reflecting on your past behaviors with money, with women or men, with lovers. And it's a chance for us to do something about it. Especially, we all make mistakes. None of us are really victims. We actually have control and power over our lives. It's about a matter of choice. Venus is the planet that rules choice. And so this is giving us the chance to readdress old issues, old wounds, old hurts, and do something about it, to take back control over financial circumstances, relational circumstances, attitudes, and to implement the power of choice that Venus gives us. What can we do then to address these old, things that come bubbling up to the surface? We can journal. We could do dance therapy or some kind of art therapy or music therapy to heal and release the wounds caught in the body regarding those things. We could create a releasing ritual. I've shared with my Patreon family on many occasions various rituals for certain astrological configurations that allow us to move beyond our stuck patternings. So if you're part of the Patreon family, you might like to refer to one of those rituals that we've shared in the past. Or if you're familiar with these sorts of things, you might like to create your own ritual to release the hurts and the traumas that we may have around Venusian things at this time. There is never a better time in the astral year to release hurts and traumas associated with Venus than when it is crossing the south node of the moon, because the south node of the moon is to let go, to release, to excrete anything to do with Venus energy, which, if you follow astrology, you will know is relationships, is money, is our ability to know pleasure. It is our ability to choose our own adventure, to choose the life that we want. So under this influence, your soul can be freed from these burdens, and this leaves you in a lighter place, a brighter place, ready for new energy to come rushing into your life because you've cleared the slate, so to speak, during this transit, and that opens up room for new wonderful things to take their place once this transit is over. But what is this energy, Venus with the South Node, not helpful for? Well, it's a dreadful time to do anything to do with beautification. Don't go and get your hair cut. Don't buy a whole new wardrobe, or don't redecorate the house under this energy. It won't do you any favors, because the beauty, the aesthetics of Venus are equally depleted when it crosses the South Node. So when this transit passes, get my words out, You may find that that bright purple bathroom was not really what you wanted after all. Damn it. So keep that in mind. It's also an inauspicious time to share your love for somebody, to go on a date with someone, or even to get fertility treatment. Now, of course, that's very personal to the chart that you carry yourself, but as a general influence, it's not a good energy for fertility treatment. You might also find that young women, which are ruled by Venus, might be somehow problematic in your life, a cause of trouble or heartache or upset. And even you might find, my friends, that unwanted lovers from the past return into your life, probably to clear their karmic slate, but don't be surprised if they pop up and cause you to rehash old experiences in that way. What can you do with Venus conjunct South Node energy? Well, it's a helpful energy for saying goodbye to past mistakes, as we've already discussed, and therefore it is a great clearing energy so that you can draw in new love, draw in a new financial situation, or a new experience of creativity, a new experience of elegance or beauty as this transit passes. It's a time to sow the fertile ground in readiness for the greater blessing. So I'm from a farming background, and you don't sow your seeds into thistly soil. You clear out the weeds. In this case, we're talking about the weeds of the past, so that the soil, the field is ready for the new seeds to be sown. And that's what we're doing at this time. The South Node, as I've said, is where we let things go. It's the celestial, my words struggling to come out today, the celestial recycling bin. So while Venus is what we love and how we value ourselves and what we hold on to, it does rule Taurus, which is the hoarding energy in its shadow side, of course. When the South Node and Venus meet, the universe is actually asking us, what old relationship habits, what old financial anxieties, what perfectionist tendencies are you finally ready to let go of and release? Let's look exactly at where this is happening in your chart, sign by sign. Aries, in the 6th house, we are having in your chart Venus conjunct the South Node. Now, this only occurs in the sign of Virgo rarely, even though Venus and the South Node conjunct together every year. So this is very important because it rarely occurs in your whole sign's 6th house. And there's some really vital information that you need to know about how to handle this energy to make your life flourish. Because Venus conjunct the South Node in the 6th house is doing the karmic housekeeping, and this is in the practical daily landscape of your life, which is things like your physical well-being and the energy and vitality you bring to life, your working conditions, your habits of service, and your relationship to the small, unglamorous acts that make up everyday life. So if you've got any old karmic debts that you're carrying with you around work, around health, or the ways you've martyred yourself in service for others, these are ripe for release on the 10th or 11th of July, which is when this transit is occurring. So, what karma are you carrying in terms of service, where you're overgiving, overserving, overhelping, or overperfecting and expecting too much of yourself? Do some thinking around that. Do some pondering around that, because the releasing energy is there for your help in these matters. Now, you might recognize the patterns. It could look like overworking, staying back late hours at work without a fair return. It could look like holding some sort of resentment or anger towards a colleague or an employee. It could look like eating in ways to numb emotional pain, comfort eating or self-sabotaging through your diet, which is a 6th house thing. Maybe it could look like carrying a victim mentality, and that is the curse of modern society and the curse of what, modern movies and social media and so forth have foisted on people, is thinking that we are victims rather than people with power over our own circumstances and our own lives. Victim mentality is foul. And, if you've got a victim mentality, a poor me attitude around, money or health or education or, basically anything, then this is something that you can also release under this energy of Venus conjunct the South Node. One thing that's very important when Venus is in the 6th house is that the 6th house and Venus teaches us about forgiveness. And this could be forgiveness of self or forgiveness of others. It's one of the most powerful healing medicines available, particularly for the digestive system. So if you've got digestive issues, then this is the day to forgive and watch your digestive issues lighten up. Really, really powerful. Venus is forgiveness in the 6th house of forgiveness as well. And today, on this day, the 10th or 11th of July, releasing old grudges or perceived injustices that have to do with the workplace or the health of, your body or, any kind of circumstances, really. This could quite literally shift something in your body and change how your body is experiencing life. It's not the day, speaking of the body, for beauty treatments or aesthetic procedures or anything cosmetic, because Venus with the South Node means you'll be disappointed or that the effects won't, really dig in like you want them to. So it's not worth pursuing them. Give yourself a day or two out the other side of this transit to pursue such things. But it is an extraordinarily good day to literally clean your home, to declutter, to fix up your workspace with intention. It's also a great day to spend time with and look after a pet or to offer humble service to somebody who is in need. These things, they not only make our life function better on a day-to-day basis, but they can also clear karma, especially service to others. It's a spiritual and physical clean-out day, and it will sow extraordinary healing seeds for the future. I've used the farming analogy, which couldn't be more perfect here in the 6th house of farming, but by clearing out the thistles and the weeds from your life, maybe the clutter in your home or the grief that you're harboring or, the resentments that you're carrying in your heart, clearing and decluttering clears the field ripe for seeds of blessing to be sown and blossom and flourish in the future. So my beautiful, wonderful Aries friends, I need to let you know that my readings are up and available once again. If you would like to have a reading with me to discuss your circumstances in life and look at what the astrology has to say, then I'm right here for you. But also, if you have a yes-no question that you have a burning desire to understand, then I have a very cost-effective reading available for a yes-no question, and you can simply order that through the website. I'd be happy to help you out in finding the astrological answers that you seek.